The topic that we are going to cover today is, again, from the Invocation Sutra, the thunder, the wind, the tiger, and the dragons. What do they mean? And also talk about the 3 realms, the 3 faces, and the 12 deities. Who would like to share only his, right? His or her angelic voice with us by reading this Invocation Sutra? Oh, thank you, Robert.
Please remain quiet. Take your places in an orderly manner. Straighten your, I think it says clothes, and listen to this announcement with sincere reverence. Auspicious smoke rises from the Bagua burner. The sacred nurturing Lamu. Lamu. Did I say it right?
Yes, Lamu.
Lamu, I'm sorry. Lamu descends to this shrine with Guandi to the left and Xuanyang to the right.
Yes.
The 28 constellations protect the shrine. Lamu arrives while all deities attending solemnly, pointing to the right for orders and left for commands.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The thunder, wind, tiger, and dragon units all display their prows. Stand at attention and listen carefully. It is now the 3rd phase, and the great Tao has appeared. All divine beings shall protect this shrine. All spiritual entities shall heed the decree without disobedience. For those who suffer, help them. For those in disaster, save them. For those who are good, assist them. For those with tasks, work with them. Let the great catastrophe withdraw far away. The constellations and officers of the spiritual realm receive the command of heavenly mandate. Attend quickly the heavenly work. Proceed carefully the mission in the 3 realms spaces. It shall be so eternally that retreat must never be permitted. Fulfill your duties and exert your influence over the 3 realms spaces. The command of Lamu passes from me to you. When you see those on the path, help them attain the Tao. Elevate energy in the universe and let the 12 deities take their positions in heaven. The time is nearly upon us. And I can't see any more.
Do not disregard this announcement. Yeah, thank you, Robert. So this is the last sentence. Thank you, Robert, for sharing your angelic voice with us. And
Okay.
so this is the Invocation Sutra when the master begin the Tao ceremony or the blessing ceremony. And so today we will touch upon here the thunder, wind, tiger, and dragon units, the yellow highlighted part, the 3rd phase, because we are now in the 3rd phase. First phase has been gone already, so is the 2nd one, and now we are in the 3rd phase. And then we will also talk about the 3 realms. So the 3 realms can be 3 spaces. So basically, it's our universal space can be divided into 3 areas. And then the last one is the 12 deities. Okay, we will discuss the tiger, wind, the thunder, and the dragon. So what is the tiger? What is the thunder and the wind about? So it's actually it's not talking about the metaphysics. It's talking about the deities up in heaven. So there's some deity in charge of the wind, some deity in charge of the thunder. Giacomo, would you like to help us to read this first paragraph?
Okay.
Thank you.
Once they were merit doers and or philanthropists, upon their death they become heavenly guard general. They continue to spread their merit and grace through clouds and rain, continue to nurture the people and protect the homeland.
Thank you, Giacomo, for sharing your angelic voice with us. So in the Invocation Sutra, when it talks about the thunder and the wind, it's really talking about the deity and the god or goddess behind this natural force. So there's actually some natural force behind all this natural phenomena. Okay, so the mirror doer, these are the genuine mirror doer. The genuine one will be able to do this kind of task, to become a deity or a goddess or god for the thunder and the wind. Now let's move on to the next one. Giacomo, would you like to read the next one for the tiger and the dragon?
Once there were who were heroes, soldiers, saviors, who protect their homeland and save the people. Upon their death, they continued the righteous act to get rid of the evil spirit and cast the devils. Thunder and wind plus tiger and dragon is two forces of energy of merit and cast away evils.
Thank you, Giacomo, for sharing your angelic voice with us. So as you can see on the news, sometimes we see that, look, in the COVID time in 2019, 2020, 2021, there's a lot of nurse, doctor, who sacrificed their life to take care of the patient. And also in China, there were few whistleblower. They want to make that they have some discovery about COVID. They want to inform the public. Yet the government kill them, or the government, they try to cover it up. So these people are the hero and the soldier, and sometimes they die of accident. Sometimes this hero, they die because they try to save somebody. Anyway, so all this being, all this human, they become deity or goddess or god of tiger and dragon. So when they die, where do they go? They go to this spiritual realm, and in this spiritual realm, they do have certain tasks to do. But I want to tell you, whatever they do there, they can only take their position for 500 years because they did not receive Tao. So when they take their position, they have to come back again, come back to Earth to reincarnate it again, and to unless they say if they receive Tao or they do something else, and then they can reach to the supreme heaven. So my point is, if they do good deeds, if they are philanthropists, or they are hero or soldier of some kind, that means they accumulate a big chunk of merit. So that big chunk of merit becomes the heavenly spiritual money in their bank account. So they are able to receive this spiritual money, and they can enjoy in this spiritual realm. So eventually they have 500 years to spend all their merit. And once the money, the spiritual money is spent, they have to come back again on earth for reincarnation. And so they just have to work their way up. Not to say that they are bad, but they are good because they accumulate certain merit. That's why they become the deities or God for the thunder and the wind, the tiger and the dragons. Giacomo, you can help us to read this one, please?
Yes. In charge of growth of plantation, cast away the harm. Thunder of heaven energy, break away the cloud and start to rain. Thunder of earth energy, break away the ground to spout. Thunder of yang energy, illumination to remove evil spirit. Thunder of yin energy, gathering of forms. Thunder of dharma energy, prosperity of Tao, dharma, gospel.
Yeah, thank you, Giacomo. So the task for being a deity of thunder is not just the thunder. There's a lot of work involved to start a cycle of the yin and yang, to make sure that there's a plantation on earth, to remove the evil spirit, and also like what we read in Invocation Sutra, when during the Tao ceremony, the master recite the Invocation Sutra, and inside there is the thunder and the wind, the tiger and the dragon. So this is when they will come upon the temple to create a spiritual doom on the temple so that there's no evil spirit come upon us. So they do have a certain job besides giving the thunder to us. Now, I think Giacomo can help us to read the wind.
Wind blows according to the situation. When the people have Tao, the wind breezes comfortably. When the people do not have Tao, tornado and hurricane occur.
So here is talking about like the karmic force. So if you are a good doer, if you are a Tao practitioner, if you are a light worker, if you are a healer, the wind does not come so strong. It comes comfortably. So if there's a karma come upon you, the say the karma say let me put it in figure. Say the karma it weighs 100 pounds, but when we receive it, perhaps it's only 25 pounds or half of it. But if you are a regular common people who is not practicing spirituality, who is not a healer, who is not a light worker, who just live in an ordinary life, enjoy life, watch movie, get drink and drunk, doing the normal people thing, when the karma comes, they will have to endure 100% of the weight of their own karma. So having that wings, the deity of wing, it helps us to elevate our pain, to elevate the weight for our karma. So let's see. I think Giacomo can continue to read the next one. And Naman, if you are available, you can read slide number 7, which is the next one. And Giacomo, please read the second, the tiger and the dragon.
Deities, gods of tigers, cast away evil spirits. Deities, gods of dragons. The dragons appear when the cloud forms. Dragon is in charge of cloud, rain, water flow, river, fountain.
Thank you, Giacomo, for reading this too. So the tiger, the job of the tiger is to cast away the evil spirit, because the tiger it makes loud noise that we don't understand. What about the dragon? So the dragon is in charge of, because the dragon comes from the clouds. It also can come from the water too. So when the dragon appears, you can see that there's clouds. And dragon is in charge of clouds, rain, water flow, and river and fountain. So I do want to mention that in some of the Guan Yin picture, we can see that Guan Yin is riding on the dragon. Dragon, in the original form, dragon was a monster. He was an evil spirit, but he surrendered to Guan Yin. So in other words, he did not understand about Dharma. He did not understand about Tao. He just do whatever he wants. So when he do whatever he wants, it caused a lot of harm and danger to a human being. And he go to places to destroy people's life. But then Guan Yin come. So Guan Yin gave him compassion, and Guan Yin teach him how to become a good doer. And now the dragon becomes a helper of Guan Yin. So just keep in mind, in our physical realm, sometimes we will see some people that are really, really bad, but Buddha and the angelic force never give up on them, because even a very bad person, they can eventually become good too. So this is just like what spirituality work. Inside of us, we all have a child, and this child are pure and brightly wise. So we just have to uncover the inner core. We just have to polish think about the inner child is like a piece of diamond. We just have to make sure we remove the dust, we remove the rust. So once the dust and rust remove, over the years, the diamond will shine. So even a very bad person also have a diamond within. So that's the content for the thunder, the wind, tiger, and the dragon. Let's see. So is Naman around? Would you like to read the first part?
Sure.
Thank you.
3 realms, 3 faces, 3 worlds. Heaven, Christian, Tao, Wuji, Shunyata. 1. Confucius, Lord, Jesus, gods, goddess, angels, saints, Buddhas.
Thank you, Naman. So here I talk about 3 realms. So 3 realms depends on your how you like. You can think about it as a 3 space, 3 world, and or whatever term you want to give it. In Buddhism term, Buddha divide the 3 realm into 31 spaces. So down below, Naman, can you help me to 1, 2, 3 from the bottom? Yeah, go ahead.
Niraya, Tirachanna, Peta, Asura. I know the meaning of Asura. Okay. So third one I know the meaning. Okay, it's ghost and Asura demons. Okay. Manushya Loka, Chatu Maharajika, Tavatmisa, Yama, Tushida, Nimanrati, Parinimita, Vasavati.
There's total 3 category. 1 on the top is orange. The middle one is blue. The pink one is down in the bottom. But underneath the pink one, there's 4 down below. So Naman Nilaya is hell, right?
Yes.
And can you explain the other 3?
Tirachanna, it means like animal. So they are like, this is like animal, not loka, they are still in the earth, but they are in animal forms of birds, animals, fishes, every kind of non-human physical forms. And third is preta, but in Pali, in Buddhist language, they call it preta, but real pronunciation would be preta. Preta means ghost, evil spirits,
The hungry
and
ghost? Hungry ghost?
yeah. It's usually the ghosts that usually wander, like move around and go into someone else's body, possess other people. Those kind of ghosts are called preta. And the fourth one is much more powerful than preta. They are demons. They live very longer life, and they are much more powerful. The preta are usually the humans. Those are died, and they didn't do good dharma, so they become preta. But asuras and which are demons, are usually more powerful, and they have much more power. Okay, the Manushya Loka. Manushya means human. In Sanskrit, Manushya means human. Loka means Ra. So it's the Ram of the humans. So Earth is called Manushya Loka. And the other is Chatur Maharajika. Okay, so this is a bit, it's like 4 kings. One is first is Gandharva. And actually, the photo is a bit, I cannot read. So Gandharvas are usually the people who sing songs and dance for the gods. And Nagas are usually the serpents. Now they are called a serpent, but they are supposed to be a higher round creatures. They are more knowledgeable than humans. And the fourth one is Yaksha. Second one I cannot read. The fourth one, the north one is Yakshas. Yakshas are also more powerful than human. They are like non-physical Ram, but they still live on Earth. They have their own loka too, but they still live on Earth too.
Naman, is this part of Hinduism rather than Buddhism, or is this both?
It's Buddhism. It's Buddhism. So what they do, most of the words they are same, but they just like, for example, the third one is Preta. In Hinduism they call it Preta, but when they make the Buddhism, they use the Pali language. Pali is a bit mispronounced version of Sanskrit, so they use a little bit different words, but the ideology is same.
Thank you, Naman. So here, I just want to point out, we don't need to get into the term, but when I first discovered this picture, I find it's wonderful because it's good to know this term. For example, we say that there's six realm of reincarnation. There's the, oh, by the way, if you want this picture, I can send it to you afterward. So when we talk about six realm of reincarnation, there's the hell, the animal, the hungry ghost, and also the asura. So at least, and then here's the human. Human starts from the first pink one. So at least we know where we stand, right? We need to know where we are. And after a human, there is this, that's number 6, heaven of the 4 king. And you are not, I think you are very familiar with Tushita heaven, which is right here on the top when you move to the top. And Adrian, last week, I told you about that if you receive Tao, you will be able to enter Tushita heaven. So this is the place, Tushita heaven. However, Tushita heaven is not the highest one. We all have a lot of work to do. Okay, so Tushita heaven is not the highest one. So we just hope that we can continue our cultivation from Tushita heaven and all the way up. So our journey, we still have a long way to go. And the Buddhism term put it very well. In the Christian term, on the Bible, it just talk about going to heaven, going to heaven. So all this is considered heaven. But how many heaven are there? Are we there yet? So the answer is we are not there yet. Even if we received out, we will only be in Tushita heaven. But talk about, one time I asked Master Lee about Mother Teresa. We know that she do a lot of good things and she's a sage. She might be a saint too. Well, a lot of Catholics think she's a saint. So let's say she's a saint, but she has not received out. Where is she going to be? So Master Lee's answer is that she go beyond Tushita heaven. So in order to go beyond Tushita heaven, you don't really have to receive Tao. You don't have to go to receive Tao to go to high above, such as this 2 part. But entering the Tushita heaven, at least it gives us a peace of mind that we can go to Tushita heaven without this bodily form. We don't need to pay rent. We don't need to work. We don't need to buy food. Anyway, we don't need to do any physical thing, but we do need to work on the mind. So going to Tushita heaven, it's considered a milestone. But if we are unfortunate coming back to earth again, then definitely we have our work to do. So here I'm just showing you that where we will be going after we take our last breath. And that would be, our main goal is Tushita heaven or beyond. So you can think about as 3 round, 3 space, 3 world lokas. So in I-Kuan Tao, we like to just say a 3 space. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Actually, there's 4, but Santa. Yeah, Tienshin. Okay, so this is the supreme realm. This is the spiritual realm, and this is the physical realm. Physical. So we put the physical earth together with the hell. Yeah, and then you can go back and forth, as you can see in the arrow here. So let's say Jesus up in the heaven. Jesus, of course, can come down to earth, right? And say Mother Teresa, she can go beyond Tushita heaven. So of course she can move from physical realm to this heavenly realm, right? So people in the spiritual realm, earlier we talked about the tiger, the dragon, the wind, the thunder, this being are in the spiritual realm. So in order to give rain, they have to come down to the spiritual realm. So if we do enough Tao practice, if we do enough good work, of course, we can go to this spiritual realm. So where is Tushita heaven in this picture here? Tushita heaven will be somewhere right here. Well, I'm sorry. It will be around here. Between the spiritual realm and the heavenly realm. And why the Tushita heaven is right here? And it's because the being in the spiritual realm, they have to reincarnate onto earth after 500 years residing in the spiritual realm. So they have to go back and forth, back and forth. But if we receive Tao, we can stay in the Tushita heaven as long as we want. If we want to stay in Tushita heaven, we don't have to come down to earth. It's based on our will. If you want to come down to earth, you may. If you want to stay in Tushita heaven, you also can do that too. And also, I want to talk about how this arrow works. Why there's an arrow on the left? Talk about the Bodhisattva of the hell, Siddhartha. So Siddhartha, Bodhisattva Siddhartha, he is also considered a Buddha. He is qualified to enjoy his life in the heavenly realm, the spring heaven. But he wants to stay in the underworld to continue preaching. So that's where this arrow means. Buddha can also enter the underworld realm. Okay, so this is what it means. Okay, so Naman, would you like to read the middle part?
Sun, moon, natural phenomena, deceased heroes, missionaries, filial persons, loyal courtiers, righteous one, doctors, nurses, angel, deities.
Thank you, Naman. So all these beings are residing in the spiritual realm. And when I say filial person, I mean the filial son and daughter, like Peter here. He's a filial son and daughter. And when I talk about the nurse and doctor here, it's referring to the doctor and nurse who sacrifice themselves and die in the line of duty. The soldier who die in line of duty. Yeah, and of course the angel and the deities too. In the ancient Asian term, I like to call it the deity, but in the Western term, there is the even the angel. There's different category. So here I'm talking about the smaller category or the deities who enjoy their life in the spiritual realm for 500 years. And Naman, you can read the last one.
Everything that has matter, shapes, or form belongs to this space, can be observed by human eyes. Planet Earth, river, mountain, life all exist within this space. It is the material world, all human, animals, living beings, all physical items.
Thank you, Naman. So so as you can see, what Naman just read is talking about the physical earth, which we understand very well because it's where we are. And this category refers to the middle part. The one on the top is the supreme realm. Okay. So what about the underworld hell? For those of you who have not been to hell, we can look at it. If we can imagine the animal who suffer in the slaughterhouse, you can also see those cruel video in the YouTube too. The lamb is all the animal are being chopped in the slaughterhouse, and if you go to supermarket, you can see there's a layer and layer of meat being displayed in the supermarket. And also in the kitchen is a great place to see how the animals suffer too. Yeah. So I'm a vegetarian. My husband is not yet. So when I see my husband cook, I try to go to the kitchen because I don't like to see how the meat is being cut, how the meat is being processed. So so our kitchen, the slaughterhouse in this physical realm, it's a great example for the underworld space. And also the hunting, the people who go to hunting and the people who go to fishing, you can understand what I'm talking about. So here, the next one, I'm going to talk about the 12 deities. So the 12 deities, you should be all familiar. So the 12 deities, it can also be, you can also think about it as the 12 zodiac or the 12 time zone. We have 24 hours in a day. So 24 hours, if you put 2 hours in a group, there will be 12 time zone. So here on the right, there's a picture. So each zodiac is in charge of 2 hours. So 12 zodiacs, each one in charge of 2 hours, that makes up to 24 hours a day. So there's 12 animal corresponding with their own hours. Okay, so in Chinese culture, if we talk about there's 12 deities, it's actually talking about the 12th time zone, and you can also think about it's the 12th zodiac. And if we want to put that in the content of the yin and the yang, we will say that it's 子 is down below. 子, that's the mouse. Okay, so start from the mouse and go around. The rat, the ox, the tiger, rabbit, dragon, snakes, and so on. So all this, it has its corresponding animal too. So starting from 子, 丑, yin, 卯, 辰, 巳, 午, 未, 申, 酉, 戌, 亥. So when you receive the Tao, one of the treasure that we receive is the 12 time zone. So I will not hold a hand symbol here, but I just want to show you. The 12 time zone is 1, 2, 3. The 12 time zone is also in our finger too. 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, 10, 11, 12. So here's number 1, and here's number 12. So if you hold number 1 and number 12, what does that mean? It means that in your palm, you can hold the universe together. You have the first time zone and the last time zone. It begins from here and it ends to here. Again, begins from here and then go around and it ends here. So that means when you hold it together, you have the alpha and the omega. You have the beginning and the end. So the whole universe is within your own hand.
Joanna, can this be related to I Ching also?
Yes, this is part of I Ching too. Yes.
So you could actually put a symbol for the hexa.
Yes, right here.
God.
Right here. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, Robert, let me explain to you first. So here we talk about 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥. So there's 12 time zone, right? So this on the picture on the right, it means one cosmic cycle, that is 12 epochs. So in the I Ching, you can also divide that into 12 epochs. And when you go around, that means the 64 hexagram. There's 64 hexagram
Right.
going around the I Ching.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay, so but let me go back.
Oh,
So
my
this
goodness.
so this 12 time zone, it had the 12 time zone, this is the Chinese character. This is the pronunciation here on the left, and this is the pronunciation on the right. So let me read it to you again. 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥. And according to each time zone, it has its deity. So this deity is on the right column. So each of this deity is in charge of each time zone. So let's start from the picture on the right. Can you see that each deity has animal face on it? This one looks like a cow. This one looks like a rat. This one looks like tiger. So the picture is kind of small, but you can see this one is a pig. Perhaps this one is snake. So I get this picture from the Google. So in reality, they are just human face. Now I want you to look at the picture on the left. In reality, they are just human face as a deity. But this picture is just for you to understand. Each one of them represent the animal in the time zone. So talking about this yin and yang divided into the 12 deity or the 12 time zone, we can also relate that to the 12 quadrant. The quadrant being, we understand during the year, there's 4 seasons. There's the spring, summer, fall, and winter. And in the plantation, there is the, or in anything, creation, growing, harvest, and destruction. So this is the plantation cycle. And this is the human cycle: birth, youth, adult, and death. So it doesn't matter which yin and yang circle that you apply. Everything in this physical realm will go through its beginning, and it will grow. Eventually, it will be destroyed. Does that make sense? Same my cell phone here. I have a cell phone here. So first of all, it was developed, and then I will use it, and eventually it will destroy. And I asked Master Lee, this cell phone, how can it be destroyed? Shh. Well, this thing will be destroyed too, but because this thing is artificial made. But if we are talking about the natural things, say a piece of corn, say wood, say tree, a piece of wood, eventually it will be destroyed. But a lot of time we have this phone charger and cell phone, it will take a long time to destroy, but it will still be destroyed. Talking about diaper, my mom is wearing adult diaper, so the diaper will also be destroyed too. But because it's not so biodegradable, it will take a long time to destroy. I hope that makes sense. So this yin and yang picture, it's more referred to anything that's more naturally produced. But even if it's like artificial product, it will eventually be destroyed too. Okay, now let's go to this one. So Robert was asking about this time zone, does it apply to EG? The answer is yes. So let me explain to you this one too. So if we divide the yin and yang into 12 time zone, of course, it can also divide that into 12 time zone in terms of I Ching. So each time zone represent one epochs. There's total 12 epochs. There's total 12 epochs. So the beginning, the first, it begins from here. This is the first one. First, second one right here. And this is the last one. So how long does each epoch last? Each epoch lasts 10,800 years. Each epoch lasts 10,800 years. So your question is, okay, so where are we now? Now let's look at this picture here. Right now we are in right here, around here. So as you can see that there's 12 epochs. Each epoch is 10,800 years. And each epoch, it has 5 or 6 hexagram. How many years is it in each hexagram? Let's look in the third line here. Each hexagram is 2,160 years. Naman, go ahead.
Yes, so as per it, we are in kind of golden age, right? Because we are on the white part. So it's like the one of the best age, right?
So the golden age, I'm sorry, it has been passed because the golden age will be this line here because it's all the white. Here we experience the black tail, and the black tail is going to the fish tail. The fish tail, it will become bigger and bigger. So Confucius time and Lao Tzu's time, that was a golden age. That was
Yes.
great time. Now it's the age of declining. And if we will match the timeline with Buddha's time, it will also work too. So in Tao, we talk about there's the green period, there's the red period, and there's the white period. So the green period lasts 1,500 years. You can see this one right here. On the left, upper left corner, the green period is 1,500 years. It has passed already. The red period is 3,000 years. We are in the end of the red period. Why do I say in the end? Because nothing is exact. There must be some overlap. I remember a few years ago, I studied this. So in order for the red period to pass, based on the Buddha's scripture, there's 500 more years in order for it to pass. So right now, it's more like a transitional period. Nothing can be clear cut. It has to be some kind of transition. That's why at this time, we can see a lot of people still worship Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. Yet at the same time, a lot of Buddha's temple, they also display Buddha Maitreya. In the country of Sri Lanka, they still worship Gautama Buddha. And this Buddhism culture will still continue to last. Yet at the same time, we can see there's prosperity of Buddha Maitreya. He's gaining his popularity too. If we talk about this in terms of time, if we want to talk about this in the yin and yang perspective, the 3,000 years of red period has passed. And now we are in this 500 years. And this 500 years, you see that there's a very tiny white slice of pie before the way. So this is where we are in now. And some people say that we are exactly right on the way. Some people say that it's right before. Okay. So in order for this epoch to continue on, remember we say what each epoch is 10,800 years. So this is between the Wei and the Sin. There's a lot of years in the future. Okay, so some people are very smart. They say, wow, okay, great. I still have time. I still have time to work on myself. The answer is yes and no, because the time is getting bad. It's getting worse. So the next time you come by, what's the chance for you to receive this gospel? What's the chance for you to receive this Dharma? What's the chance for you to receive the Tao? The chance will become less and less and less. And the human mind will become more contaminated. You never know. Maybe you are being born in a Muslim family. You will never hear all other teaching. So that's why this is the harvest time. So when we think about harvest time, does that sound great? Harvest time? Oh, okay. For the farmer, harvest is a good term. Okay, I can harvest my fruit so that I can eat, but at the same time, it's called harvest. Harvest is called cutting. That means there's no more growth. You cannot grow anymore. This is the end of the plantation. So harvest it's basically, it's the end of the cycle, nearly the end, because after harvest, what's next? That's destruction. The farmer is going to pull out the wheat and everything will start all over again. So our time, it's become less and less, because as you can see, the black part will become more. And then wait until when you come to this, look at this one. Sun is the destruction of human. By the time this thing hits, I would say the earth probably is not in a livable condition, because it's all dark. Can you see it will be all dark? Destruction of human race in the Sun epoch, and in the Yu, it's destruction of earth and destruction of atmosphere of heaven. So earth must be destroyed first, and then the heaven is destroyed. Unlike in the beginning, the Bible say God created the heaven and the earth. So when we go through one of this cycle, when it comes to the end, earth must be destroyed first, and then heaven is destroyed. Okay, so then the whole cycle begins. So our time is limited. Okay, so in the Invocation Sutra, we talk about the 3 phase. There's the green phase, there is the red phase, and now the white phase. So in our session, we talk about the thunder, wind, tiger, and dragon. We talk about the 3rd phase, green period, or we can call it the green era. The green one already passed, the red one already passed. So right now we are in the white phase, or the white era. And then we also talk about the 3 realms. So the 3 realms is this one, the 3 realms, the heavenly realm, the spiritual realm, and the physical realm. And we talk about the 12 deities, which is also equate to the 12 zodiac. And that concludes my sharing session for today. If mistakes were made or said during today's sharing, I ask for forgiveness from the Heavenly Mother, Buddha Maitreya, Jigong Buddha, Patriarchs, Sijun Simo, Grand Master, and Senior Master and Junior Master. I'm thankful for your participation. Thank you very much.